Hello YouTube land, it's Debbie from the Canadian Crocheter. It is Thursday, May 2nd. It's been about a week since I posted, so I figured I'd get on here real quick, or hopefully real quick, and show you what I've been up to. We've been having pretty awful weather here this week. Last weekend was amazing. We did a lot of work outside. I have two raised vegetable beds that were made a long time ago, and I guess the boards are not weathering well, so my husband and sons decided to replace the boards, and now I'm ready for planting the end of May. At the end of May is when we have no risk of frost here, so I'm looking forward to that. This week has been super busy. Doctor's appointments, dental appointments, vet appointments, you name it. I've just been going crazy, but not in the evenings. In the evenings, I dedicated my evenings to crocheting. So I'm going to show you what I've done in the last week, crochet-wise in the evenings. Now, back in February, my daughter, who lives in a different province, asked me to make her some blankets. And she knew that I was going in mid-May, so I'm thinking, okay, so to mid-March, mid-April, you know, mid-May, that's 3 months. I mean, I guess I could have made her some big blankets, but I don't want to work just on blankets. I want to work on other things. I want to practice my knitting, which has been put aside this week. I want to practice that. I want to make little things. I want to make, you know, a variety of different things. I'm itching to make another shawl, but anyway, so I made her two decent sized blankets. They're for the back of her couch, but they're not bed size blankets. That's gonna take me a long time if that's what she was thinking. And okay, so I'm gonna show you the two that I've made. Okay, the first one is, now I'm not gonna open it. It is way too big to open it, and it won't fit in the screen anyway. So somewhere up here, I'll put in a picture of it laying across the chair. It is a scrap gun. I think I've showed you my scrap gun a couple videos ago that sits in our family room, and everyone fights for it. And I have tons of brunette blanket because I used to make mermaid tails. So I just figured I'll make a scrap. And it's soft, it's squishy. Everyone fights for this because it is soft and squishy. And this is bordered, hold on, it's half. Anyway, it's a decent size. I think it's probably, actually, I don't know. It's my wingspan wide and probably 6.5, 7 feet long. So about 6 feet, I guess, maybe. So yeah, so I made that for her. And again, like I said, I'll show you a picture. Ugh. Let's put this up here. Okay. Okay, so I made that. I got rid of many pounds of yarn. But I still have so much. I could probably make another 5 or 6 of them. And then the other thing that I'm making, and I think I talked about this in the 10 patterns tag, 10 favorite patterns tag, that I'd started it. I finished it. Again, it is way too big. So this is the Alpine stitch blanket. Okay, it's very heavy. This is doubled over. Again, it's very long, very big. And there's 2 cream colored stripes on one end and 2 cream colored stripes on the other end. Oh, hold on. So it kind of looks like that. And I love this stitch. Okay, so I think I said before, Billy, you'd love this if you have the patience to do a blanket. This is all front post double crochet. But the way the pattern has you do it, it's all staggered. So it's not one on top of the other one, otherwise you'd have these stripes, right? But it is a one-sided pattern. The other side, okay, let me see if I can show you. The other side is just like that, because the idea is you do double crochet or front post double crochet 1 row, then you have to bring yourself back to the other side, you have to do a row of single crochets, and that creates these ridges. So, I mean, it is a look. I mean, you might even, my daughter might even like that side better, but I definitely was looking for this side. I love it. I've done this blanket so many times. You know, you'd think that I'd make one for myself. I should. So that was done. Now, so I wanted to say that on this one, I just bordered it with some black, and it kind of gives it that picture frame look, you know? So I'd like to think it's stained glass. But yeah, so this one, I didn't want that. So what I did was, when I did a one single crochet all the way around, but I changed the color when I came around to this edge. So there was a lot of weaving in that way, but I just think it looked better that way as opposed to bordering this, taking the gray all the way around and creating a picture frame look. I think I like that better. So yeah. Okay, so I've done that. Oh, and needless to say, I am happy they're done. I need to do some smaller projects I should talk about the yarn that I use here. The yarn, the cream is that homespun. I don't have any more to show you, but it is, you know, that some people call it hellspun. It is that homespun, and because that's very thick, I had to use two yarns held together to get the same thickness. And the two that I chose was, this one is Loops and Threads Big, or Wales Big. And the color is Charcoal. And the other yarn that I held together is Bernat Premium. And I think it's Charcoal too. Dark Gray Heather. So I held these two together to create this. I know it's hard to tell in the camera, but there's like a shading effect. So it's not a solid color. It's very tonal, I guess. So got that done. So happy. And then, now, what else did I make? Now I have not weaved in many ends. I made this little bag. Now, the tutorial is from Bob Wilson 123, and what'd she call it? It's a free pattern, and it's called a cluster stitch bag or hat. So I guess the idea is you start the same way, and then you go a certain way, and then it turns into a hat, or you continue and it turns into a little bag. I've made this before. Actually, I think I've made one of these for I got it over a year ago for Lisa at Happytohook Crochet, Happytohook Creation, sorry, in a red Bernat blanket, and Amanda had it on her head like a hat, which my husband did the same thing. Anyway, the reason that I made this was Sunshine LeClair, or Donna, is having a cal on Ravelry. I'll leave the link to her video down below, using this pattern, but it's using scraps. And these, like, I mean, this is literally itty bitty scraps I used. I guess I should have thought about color more, but I made this at the cottage, and this is all I had with me. So yeah, just scraps. As you can tell, it's just different colors. And I posted a picture of it, and you know what? They make really good little totes. I was, so I finished this first when we got to the cottage, and then I was working on something else, and I just put the yarn in there, and it works amazingly well. Let me show you. You know? Works great. So, yes, and like I said, if you don't know who Donna is, you should definitely check her out. She's bubbly and perky, and she does not just crochet. That's fairly recent, but she used to do a lot of journaling videos. So she's quite the talented lady. So I did that. This literally not long at all, maybe 20 minutes, maybe. And you're just using scraps, which I'm all about scraps. So got that done. And then, okay, this is my rabbit hole. I'm gonna take you down my rabbit hole. Maybe a month or two ago, I was watching Melody Crochet, and she was talking about creating scrubbies with tulle. And she didn't show it, but she talked about it, and it's been in my head ever since. So I went to Michael's to get some tulle. I said I was going to try. But they're $5 for 20 yards. So when I had first gone, I didn't want to buy it. I didn't want to spend that. Didn't have a coupon or anything. So, or maybe I had like a 20% off coupon or something, and it wasn't good enough for me. So this past weekend, I had to go get some yarn, and I'm on a yarn ban, which I broke, and I'll show you in a minute. I'm on a yarn ban unless it's for a specific purpose. So to buy for myself, I'm not doing that. But I was looking for yarn for a blanket that my father-in-law has requested. Actually, I bought the yarn a while ago, and then he didn't want particular color. I think I mentioned this. I bought blues and he didn't want blues. So I went back, got different colors. While I was there, I looked at the tulle. And I bought some because I had a 50% off coupon. So one roll of the tulle was $4.99, so $5, but I had a 50% off coupon. So it cost me $2.50. Had some change in my pocket, and that's what I used. But before that, when I didn't want to spend that, I had gone to the dollar store. So dollar store has tools. I swear, if you guys hung out with me, I would make you laugh every day with my antics. So I went and I bought this, thinking it's tulle. I mean, it looks like tulle. So I popped on the video. I found a video. I started crocheting, and I'm struggling and struggling. I'm going, how is this lady making this look so easy? And I'm struggling and struggling. It just, the crochet hook didn't want to go around. Then I decided to look, and it's not tulle, it's ribbon. Ribbon is a lot sturdier than tulle. This is light and airy, this is not. So maybe I will eventually crochet with this, but I'd have to get a really big hook. But yeah, so that was a waste of money. It was a waste of $1.25. Trying to save money. So anyway, back to this past weekend, I ended up getting the tulle, so it cost me $2.50, and I made this. And what was hold on one second. The tutorial that I used was Angie Vale. That's a channel, and she was making these scrubbies. Now, basically you make 2 rounds, and then you single crochet or slip stitch around so that you have that squishiness. It's pretty scrubby. I mean, this could really scrub. You could probably do dishes with this, to be honest with you. Now, hers does not have a hanger. The reason how this came about was, so she comes around and you're seaming it together, and then she takes it and weaves in those ends. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to weave in. I don't want to weave in tulle. So I just, when this one is the tail of the first round, this one is the tail of the second round, I just tied it up, and now it's a hanger. So I thought to myself, okay, and so this whole thing, regular price, $5. What bugs me is you have this much left. So maybe just a little over 1 meter long. And what am I gonna do with it? I have no idea what I'm gonna do with it. To me, that's a waste of money. So essentially, if I were to pay full price, this is a $5 scrubby. Now, I tried to find something comparable in the drugstore or Walmart, and they have the tulle poofs, which you can get for probably about $2.50 or so. but it's not the same. So if you were making the poofs, you'd probably use less tulle, but it doesn't scrub. It doesn't scrub like this. This is pretty coarse. You could probably use this on your feet. Anyway, so I was gonna stop at this one and you know, give it to my daughter. Purple's her favorite color. And my son came in and he goes, I want it. I'm like, dude, what for? He's like, I need it for my face. I mean, I guess guys are doing that stuff now. So I promised this one to him. So I thought, okay, I gotta make some more. And spending that kind of money, it just bugs me. But anyway, so I went, I was in another town today, and I decided to go into the party store and see if they have tulle. And they do. I paid more, but it was a bigger roll. So this one is a roll of 20 yards, okay? And you essentially have one from 20 yards. So I saw a roll of 65 yards for $15. And I thought, okay, at 20 yards for one, I could get 3 out of this bolt for $15. But I didn't get 3. I got 4. So even though I paid full price, because party places don't usually have coupons or anything, even though I paid full price, this was still cheaper. And I still have probably 2 meters left. This would probably, I'm not sure, but it might be enough to make one. Like I said, you need 2 that you seam together. So I might make 1, and maybe 1 is enough to use for your face. Or maybe I'll tie these 2 together and make, probably not much. But anyway, so that, anyway, back to, after all of that, I just wanted to say that maybe if you're interested in doing something like that, I will leave the link for Angie Vale's tutorial. Really easy. It's literally 3 rows. Double crochet, single crochet, and then slip stitch the 2 together. That's it. And I don't know, my son seems to, he's like, you know, it's great for scrubbing. And anyway, so you might want to look at the party stores. I'm gonna have to head back to the dollar store. I mean, they gotta carry tulle, right? They have to. I just didn't buy the right thing. So these ones will go to my daughter. And like I said, you can absolutely do what she did and weave in these ends. Oh, and that's another thing. The colors that she had were all these bright colors. Michael's doesn't have these. They literally had teal, purple, white, and off-white. That's all my Michael's had. I wanted like bright colors, you know, like yellows and oranges, but no. And same with the party store. They literally only had this lilac-y kind of pale purple and white. It was in the wedding section. So, but I think that's a better deal than that one, if you wanted to give it a try. Now I'm also thinking, why couldn't you take this and make a scrubber, a backwasher out of it? Because this stuff's, you know, like, I mean, you absolutely could wash your back with this. So maybe next week I will be showing you something else. Okay, that's all I've been up to. Now I'm going to show you my acquisitions. And I'm sad to say that you know, I have acquisitions because I'm on a ban. But when I was buying the yarn for my father-in-law's blanket, my Michael's rarely, and I mean rarely, has clearance yarn. They never have anything. But they did when I went on the weekend. So I was watching Ross from Smells Great Guy, or Smells Great Yarn. Oh, sorry, Ross. I'm so sorry. I'm horrible. Anyway, he was talking about his hat, the Ross hat. So I went, printed it off. It's a free pattern, and I'm gonna try it. And as soon as I finish this today, I'm gonna start it. Wish me luck. But anyway, I saw these 2 on the clearance rack. These are two totally different yarn. One is Red Heart Soft in the colorway Jewel Tone. Right up my alley. And then the other one is Karen Simply Soft. And the colorway is Central Park. Right up my alley. So my goal is to finish 2 hats this week. One in this color, one in this color. And the reason that I bought it was because each one of these was $2.47. Couldn't resist. So, but I am back on the band now. So I got that. And then the other acquisition that I have is not even yarn related. So as you all know, I am meat free now. It's, I would say 2 months or 2.5 months. But at heart, I am a meat eater. I mean, I grew up eating meat. I went off of meat to potentially help me with any autoimmune issues. So I still crave meat, you know. I've never been a big meat eater, but I was a meat eater, so I still crave meat, you know. And when they're having their steaks or pork chops or I'm like, oh. So I was in the grocery store today and I found the Beyond Burger. Guess what we're having for dinner? I am so tired of making separate meals. I have a meal for them and then I have my meal. So tonight we're all eating the same thing. I don't think anybody's gonna complain. It really does look like meat. And I did a little, you know, YouTube research and everybody's giving it thumbs up, or most of the videos that I've watched. So it's burger time. Supposedly it tastes just like a burger. I will tell you next week when I come back, or whenever I come back, how it went. But I'm so excited that we're gonna have a meal. We're all eating the same thing. So it's gonna be a Beyond Burger and sweet potato fries. Anyway, that's all I have for you. Hopefully everybody is having a wonderful week, and yeah, and you know, pray for our weather to get better. We actually had snow this week again, like again. Oh, anyway, you know what? Before I go, I wanted to give out a shout out, and I have a note here. And the shout out is going to 2 people, 2 shout outs. The first one is Kristi's Corner Booth. I'm not sure, I might have shouted her out before, but I so thoroughly enjoy watching this woman. She's done some great things, and I've teased her that I just want to fly down there and spend some time on her front porch swing, or maybe it's her back, but I don't know, her porch swing. That's all I want to do. She is fantastic. She's very involved in the community, and yeah, so if you don't know Kristi's Corner Booth, you definitely have to check it out. Now another one that I just binged watched, and you know how sometimes somebody tells you you should watch somebody, so you go and you subscribe, you watch a little bit, and then if you don't press the bell, you won't get notified, and then they kind of just get put to the bottom of the list. Well, that's what unfortunately happened to this next podcaster for me. But I had all these videos. She's only been on for a few months, but she's got quite a few videos. And so over this past week, I binge watch her. I am absolutely addicted to her. I have a kinship with her. Or I feel like I do. She might take that as an offense. I don't know. She is fabulous. She's about thrifting. She's a photographer. She's so pretty to look at. Like visually, she's a beautiful woman. And some of the stuff that she does is amazing. And she, like I said, she's all about the thrifting. And that is Jennifer from Cinnamon Stitches. Jennifer, I love you so much. You're a joy to watch. And so if you don't know Jennifer, go check her out. She is fantastic. And you have to look for the Goodwill haul. Oh my goodness. Oh, did she ever score? She scored huge. Anyway, now I'm done and I'm at 25 minutes. I apologize. I'm so sorry. So I hope everyone has a great upcoming weekend and we will talk soon.